Why he has created the world, as if we are imposing on God a duty that he is bound to do it. No, always. When you read the Quran, read it always from your perspective. When you reason always from your perspective. So from human perspective, come. Okay. Okay. This is for you. Yeah. If there is there, can you please serve?
I can't eat too much sugar in the morning.
So you can't. How about this gentleman doesn't? You have? Where is it? Yeah. But he said he doesn't want it. So how about you? Yeah. So distribute it, inshallah. Distribute it to people. Don't put in the middle. No one will take it. Offer people personally. Yeah. If you put it on the middle, no one will go and put it up. So okay. It means it is a priori conclusion that this creator must make himself known to human beings, that he is the owner of this universe, and explain or further why he has created the universe, why he has created human beings, because we ask these questions and we don't know the answer. But when the answer comes, we check it with the witnessing of the universe itself, what is going on in the universe, and confirm it or reject it when the answer comes.
From where?
That is why the divinity, divineness, or being a divine being means, what does it mean, being a divine being? It means nothing to do with this universe, but the creator of the universe. It is divine. Divine means not of the nature of the universe.
Mm-hmm. You said when the answer comes, you have to check with the witnessing of the universe. The answer from where?
No, the speech.
The verbal speech.
Verbal speech,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
How am I going to hear the verbal speech? In this world, for example, how do we really communicate with the Creator in this world? For example, if you want to say that, if you want to see that He is all merciful, what do you have to do? Or well, it wasn't a right way of reasoning. When you look at the universe, you see that everything is well ordered, perfectly designed, and with no difficulty, everything is brought into existence. So his power is endless, absolute. So when I see that in the universe, I conclude that his power is absolute. He must be absolute. But there are some questions that I don't know. For example, as a conscious being, I question the creation. As a conscious being. Especially every human being asks, what am I doing in this world? But some people don't ask, and I don't know, they are human beings or what. So, what am I doing in this world? What does existing mean? Why? Why do I exist? Yes, somebody created. Why he created? I don't know. But there are some aspect of the creation that I know. The creator of this universe must be absolutely powerful, absolutely knowledgeable. I know from the observation of the creation, but I don't know why he created it. What I need? Explanation. Who is he? But the creator, we say it is, some people say hidden, it is unknown. No, we don't agree with this interpretations of the word ghaib. He is not a kind of a part of this universe, a kind of this universe. He must be not. He shouldn't be a kind of this universe, a part of this universe. He is the creator of the universe. So he must have such a being that I can never ever imagine. Right? Never imagine. But I know his existence. I can conclude that such a being must exist. That is what we keep repeating this. Right? Such a being must exist. I know who he is. I don't know who he is. I know he exists, but I don't know who he is. And I don't know the answers to my existential questions. Why do I exist? Why am I conscious of my own being? I am aware of my own existence. Why? And I am aware of the existence of other things. I am aware of the qualities of the things around me. And I am aware that I can comfortably conclude that there must be a creator. Somebody must have made this universe obvious. But why? I don't know. Especially, why am I created with the ability to be aware of the existence? I am aware of the existence. I am aware of the existence of the creator of this universe. There must be such a being. I don't know who he is, but he is ghaib. Ghaib means nothing within the universe that I can describe it physically, a part of the universe. Right. So, but I don't know. Such a being must exist. Okay. He must explain to me, because he created me with the ability to ask the question, to inquire who he is. Why am I here? And when he must explain to me, he must explain to me how. How? Through creation. Sorry.
You must explain to me in a way I can understand.
Yeah, you can understand. I will take. There's a chair there. If there is not, there's a chair there. Okay. Oh, there's extra one here. Yeah, he must explain to me as a conscious being that I understand. Now. I don't understand when I ask the questions of existential questions. Why do I exist? By looking at the universe, I see everything is meaningful. Yes, there must be something definitely important. Yes, but what is this? I don't know. So I have many endless, myriad feelings. Okay, what shall I do with them? What the people do, they usually have a shortcut. How? They say, okay, I have feelings, I have reasoning as well, so I have to use my feelings according to my reasoning. Right? But is it true? Reasoning is okay, but is it true that my feelings must be educated, must be trained, must be used according to my reasoning? Or do I need an explanation from the creator of these feelings? What shall I do with them? So those people who are very famous, I don't like technical words, but very well known humanists say, human beings are self-sufficient. No, I don't feel self-sufficient. When it comes to existential questions, I don't know the questions. I don't know the answer to my questions. Why do I exist? I don't know. I may speculate on it, and I don't know whether this speculation is right or wrong. So the creator of these feelings must guide me about what I am going to do with my feelings, even what I am going to do with my power of reasoning. How should I use it? The text later on will give some sort of guidance how to read the text and which kind of attitude the reader should have. I don't know whether we can go to that part today. We can study that part today. But what my aim is, or what I want to make sure, I personally want to make sure for myself, to know that there must be a creator is fine, but so what? Yeah, this universe is a creator. Okay, I don't deny. What shall I? What is it to do with me? He just created the universe. That's up to him. None of my business. He didn't ask me. That is very important. People think that when they conclude that there must be a creator, they are done as far as their belief system is concerned. No, it is irrelevant. That is correct. There must be a creator, but it doesn't mean that it answers any question that I have, human questions. Yeah, there is a creator, but who is he? Why? Why did he create? And all the questions we have in dealing. Now he must tell me this reason of existence and the purpose in my existence and how I am going to deal with my feelings. He must instruct me. He shouldn't leave me alone to myself, because I have always two options and I may confuse which is right, which is wrong, while I am using my feelings. For example, humanists say, yes, of course, we have the feeling to be kind to people. Example. Okay, I am going to be kind to the people. All right? Why? No? I am kind to people, and then what happened? Okay, a kind man dies and disappears from existence. I have to ask the question. Yes, there is a feeling, I don't deny, and everybody knows that this feeling is very human and very common, universal among human beings, to be kind. Okay, what am I going to do with this kindness, really? If there was no explanation from the one who created this sense, what am I going to do with this kindness? I would just say, I must be kind, I feel that, but pointless. Why? At the end, I will disappear. Those people to whom I was kind will disappear from existence as well. What is the point? Do you understand that? So humanists are misleading themselves because the Creator should not let me on my own device to deal with my feelings without having any guidance, any explanation. Why he has endowed me all these kind of feelings. That needs explanation to me. If there was no explanation, I would say, pointless creation. Pointless. Do you understand that? He has given me so many different feelings, and what am I going to do with them? I don't know. I can speculate on them, but I cannot be sure. And any speculation, if we don't get the guidance from the Creator, any speculation is bound to remain in this world until I die. Afterwards, it becomes meaningless. And before I die, I know that I'm going to die. Yeah? From now on, yes, I must be kind, but what is the point? It will be meaningless at the end. So definitely we need the explanation from the Creator what I am going to do with them. We hear from the, let's assume that we heard from the verbal explanation of the Creator, kindness is given to you to understand who your Creator is and which kind of qualities He has. His quality, one of His qualities is to be kind by creating within you this sense of kindness is the means for you to understand that your Creator is kind. So the existence of the feeling of your kindness becomes a means to understand who your source of existence is, which kind of qualities He has, so that you will interpret, you will explain the meaning of the existence of your feelings in order to get to know the absolute kind one. So that absolute kind one says, know me and trust me. The sense I gave you is the manifestation of my kindness in your being in order to enable you to know who your Creator is. And your Creator is absolute. That's what we are here to learn, training ourselves. To get to know who my source of existence is, what my source of existence is, which kind of qualities He has, and what is the purpose. Very simple. The purpose of existence is very simple. In this training probation center, we are getting ready here in the universe. We have to know where we are coming from. Why are we here? That's it. We are not going to do anything else. We think that we are going to, the people think that they are going to do something in order to add something to the perfection of the creation. Is there anything missing in the perfection of the creation? What can you add to it? If only don't spoil it, don't destroy it, that is the best what a human being can do it. That's it. Don't destroy it, that's it. So I am redundant. Because I'm not going to add anything to the creation. I'm not going to make the creation more perfect. I am just expecting not to destroy it. That's it. What is the point in being in existence then? What is the point? I came here. I cannot add anything to creation. Do we know that? I cannot add anything to the perfection of the creation. Can you make the order of the universe better by doing something? Or just use the order in order to benefit from it? Who can make the order of the universe? They are called laws, principles, better. Do you understand that our duty in this world is very simple, very simple. Get to know who my creator is. Knowledge of my source. Everything revolves around this point. How can I relate my existence to its source and get to know him? Be conscious of him. That's it. All the feelings are used in order to get to know their source, who he is. It is very simple, but the Quran gives a lot of explanations. Why? Train ourselves, because we keep diverting it, we keep spoiling it, we keep corrupting it, we keep owning them to ourselves. Disconnecting our existence, the existence of our feelings from its source and attributing it to ourselves. Do we do that? Mm-hmm. I am a nice man. I'm a kind man. I'm very kind to my neighbors. I'm very helpful to the needy ones. But doesn't know why he is in this world. Doesn't know why he has all these qualities. Doesn't know why. He's just using it without knowing the purpose of their existence. So, verbal explanation is necessary. If there is a creator, think about it. Because this is not our subject to talk about whether there is a creator or not. That's not our subject. Our subject is messengership. That's why we take it as an if. If there is a creator, this creator, according to my own understanding, must explain who he is, why he has done what he has done, what I am expected to do. All these kind of questions must be answered. These questions, the answers to these questions cannot be found within the creation. Especially we call them existential questions. The answers to existential questions cannot be found within the creation. Yes, as you said, yes, we understand from observing the universe, this universe must have a creator. Yes. There is no need for my creator to let me know that this universe is a creator. There is no, when I observe the creation, I know it. But if I don't go further, if there is a creator, so what? I don't need any explanation. But if I want to go further, yes, there is a creator, but so what? What shall I do? You know, why he is then? Do you think he is doing some exercises or what? I don't know. Why he has created me with the qualities that he has given to me? Why? these existential questions, why do I have these qualities? Why do I have these feelings, emotions, etc.? Why do I have them? The answer you cannot get from the creation to existential questions. What we have to do, by looking at the universe, if you say the creator of this universe doesn't seem to be stupid, right? He is wise. He must be wise. So if he is wise creator, as I can see it in the creation, in his acts, then everything is so wise. Yeah? Wise is the creator. Okay. If I see that he is a wise creator, since he has given me the ability to question all the existential questions, from a wise creator, it is expected to answer these questions. I say this, but it may sound as if prejudice, a biased statement. If the Creator did not explain this in the way that I can understand, because the creation is not enough to get the answer to my existential questions, right? It is not enough. So and also by looking at the humanists, or we can understand them and understand that human beings by themselves cannot get the answer. They just are in a vicious circle. They just follow a vicious circle. Wow, I have this feeling, so I have to apply it. For what? Where did you get this feeling? If I'm created with this feeling, so I have to apply it. Do you think the application of this feeling, in the practice of this feeling in this world, at the end you will die and will come to a meaningless end? It can't be, because we human beings want eternal existence, eternally meaningful explanation. I don't want to die away and disappear from existence. This feeling is in me as well. I think we understand that if there was no explanation, verbal explanation that I understand to my questions, existential questions, the universe has no meaning. The existence of the universe becomes pointless. So it's against, you do something wonderful universe, everything is so wonderful, unimaginably wonderful. Okay? You make this wonderful universe and you create human beings to appreciate this wonderful side of the existence. It means appreciate the quality of the existence and say that the universe, and come to the conclusion that the creator of the universe must be absolutely wise. And then, if there is no explanation to my existential questions, all this wise creation, act of creation, becomes meaningless. Ultimately meaningless, because I'm going to die and disappear from creation, from existing. It seems to be, if there was no explanation. The news that I didn't create you for a temporary base. We say, yeah, shouldn't. I shouldn't exist for a temporary base because my feelings was eternal existence. Right? So, if there was no, if you like, divine guidance, verbal explanation, the existence of the universe becomes meaningless. And although everything shows that the creator of this universe is most wise one, he has done something meaningless, against wisdom, pointless. Do we understand this contradiction? It is essential to understand and get into the messengership. Messengership is necessary. It means he must send his message, explanations to my questions in a way that I understand, and this must be in the form of a verbal speech, and I can only understand the verbal speech through something, someone makes voice, meaningful voice. It means speech, right? For me, for example, birds speak, but I get nothing out of them, right? It's a nice voice, that's it, no meaning. Yet the wind, storms speak, or the thunder speak, but I don't understand the purpose of my existence or existential questions. My questions, no answer I get from them. What must it be? Verbal explanations, the verbal explanation that I can hear, I can understand, I can make sense. But, of course, after hearing the word, I must check it with the creation so that it fits, or not, or it doesn't. But that is the second stage of thinking, reasoning. But first we must establish that there must be verbal explanation to our questions, existential questions. For example, we gave the example of kindness. Let's say we are looking for meaningfulness. Yeah, meaning. Yeah, what is the meaning in existence? Right? And what is the meaning in my existence? So, yes, I know that existence is meaningful, but why? Do you understand the difference? Existence is beautiful, but why? Just in order for us to entertain the beauty, but I will die and perish away. My entertainment of the beauty will become nothing. It's not the point. It can't be. Do we understand this? So we must make sure. Why is it important? Because in the tradition, the Muslim tradition, Jewish tradition, Christian tradition don't have the concept of messengership, or they are out of question. And other religious other religions or institutions don't have this concept of messengership. Only Judaism and Islam have this concept of messengership. Some Christians, by following the Hebrew Bible, they have the messengership. But when it comes to Christianity, there is no messenger. Unfortunately, in the history, developed in such a way that the messenger turned into a God. God? Yeah, incarnate God. So the concept of messengership in Christianity doesn't exist. But those people who go back to Hebrew sources, they say the God sent prophets in the past, no. God himself came down and become incarnated in himself into the form of Jesus. Most of the Christians don't really believe in it, but there is no other alternative for them to accept this. So afterwards, for example, after Jesus, we hear that a person who's called Muhammad in the Arabian Peninsula said that God gave me the word, entrusted me the word, speech, his speech. They say he is just denying Jesus, he is an antichrist. Most of the Christians say, not the ordinary ones, theologians say Muhammad is the Antichrist, to deny the Godhead of Jesus and proclaimed himself as the one who received the message. But there is no need for them. There is no need to receive the message because God himself came down, incarnated himself in the form of a human being. So human being is there speaking himself because not the human being. God is there, not the messengership. This concept in Christianity does not exist. So I've said, in Islam and in Judaism, they have this notion of messengership. But be frank to yourself. Why do we believe in the messengership? It means, why do we believe that Muhammad, why? Was a message bearer. But it means brought the message to humankind. Why? I never heard any explanation for this from the general public. There may be some individuals, but generally, Muhammad is the messenger. Finish. Muhammad is our messenger. Have you heard anything? Why do we have the messenger? Have you heard of it? Huh? Why do we have the messenger? How do we know that Muhammad is the messenger? Why? What they say? Simple. He's a nice man. He is the best man, but this is historical narration. It's none of my business. Historically, they say this man is like this or like that. Are you going?
I have to leave this portion of room, sir.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, welcome. So, but being kind, being nice, being a very good person does not necessitate that you have to bear the speech of God and convey to the human beings. Why? It's not necessary at all. Those people say that Muhammad is the best man in many aspects. Okay, that's historically narrated. Let's assume that we accept it. We accepted that he was the best man. Okay, but what is the prophethood? Messengership is completely different from being a best man. Do you understand? Messengership is a completely different concept. That needs explanation. Right? Okay. Now, this was the backbone or the first step that we have to understand first. Because oneness of God or divinity of God, divinity, we should understand divinity by now, yeah? they call it transcendental nature of the creator, necessitates a priori, or a priori, whatever, however you pronounce it, a priori, it means automatic conclusion. Automatically necessitates the proof for the messengership. If the creator of this universe, of all we have been talking really about almost an hour, if the creator of this universe, you look at the universe, conclude that the creator, the one who gave existence to the universe, must be wise, then this conclusion necessitates that messengership must be true, must be, there must be a messenger. Why? Otherwise, it goes against wisdom. I spent a lot of time on it, but that is the backbone of messengership. We have to understand, we have to be convinced. Never come up with your previous, we Muslims, we believe Muhammad is a prophet. No. These means nothing really. Yeah? Allah sent messengers. How do you know? Why should he? According to you, according to your understanding. This word a priori is really, it is a very important. Automatically, if there is a creator, there must be a messenger. There must be messengers, or the institution of messengership. If there is a creator. Because if there is a creator, this creator must be wise, because you see from the universe. Now, I think before we go further, we have to listen to you.
I was going to ask you, is there a difference between messengership and prophethood?
No, what are you going to do with it? The concept is important. Nothing.
They're both, I mean, can we use them interchangeably?
But you can use it. Nabi, Rasul, it doesn't matter. Do you understand the concept? Do you really understand the concept that God must speak to me? God, the creator of the universe, must send to me verbal explanation to my existential questions. This must come through a man that I can understand the word, not through a bird. Right? So, these people traditionally talk about the difference between Nabi and Rasul. None of them. You don't know what they are. Why do you make the distinction that the Rasul means the one who brings the message from God? Nabi means the one who uses the previous messenger's message. Rasul. So what? Fundamentals are not there. Why should I need such a thing? Yeah? How do I know that there must be a prophet, there must be a messenger, there must be a Rasul, there must be a Nabi, whatever? So we shouldn't be, don't be ashamed of your question. This is very common, people keep talking about it. Apostle, messenger, which one is the best? None of them is important for us. The concept, legitimacy of the concept, acceptability of the concept, and I must be convinced about it, is important. Right? Yeah. So, if...
Yeah, question.
Yeah, okay, before we go.
So, for example, if I have a laptop and I conclude that there is a engineer of the laptop,
Yeah.
could it be said in the same way that the existence of the engineer is a necessary proof of some sort of manual or instruction that shows
Requires.
requires
Yeah, of
some sort of
course.
manual for me to
If
learn how to
the-
use the computer.
Yeah, if the engineer seems to be a wise man who designed this computer, and he must give us,
Provide some sort of
how am
understanding
I
of how
going to
to
use
utilize
it? I shouldn't be left on my own device. So it must be a explanation, verbal explanation. I can read, I can understand, and I can utilize it while I'm using it. That's why most of the time what we reduce religion to is rituals. What is halal, what is haram. But not that we should be trained. How am I going to deal with my feelings? What am I going to do with them? But what they do usually, this is the general trend. There are exceptions, but general trend. We learn from religion what to do, what not to do, halal, haram. Right? When it comes to using our free will, what happens? Using our, including free will, our feelings, we just use them according to ourselves. Just follow the halal and haram and finish. Religion is there. How do I train and benefit my feelings, and what's the purpose in the existence of my feelings? Do you see the difference? So really, Quran, I would just ignore the minor references. Quran is about training human feelings, educating human feelings. How are you going to utilize them? Right? Not that what to do, what not to do. Because if you have not trained your human feelings, whatever you do will be meaningless. Praying will be meaningless. Giving to charity will be meaningless. How? Do you understand this? Because you will give to charity. Why? Because God ordered you to do that. For what purpose? God ordered me. Look, army, soldiers in an army, and the commander says, do this with no reason.
Investing money.
Do you understand this? If someone does not question the reason for the existence of his feeling to share with the needy ones, what is the point? Quran says, I don't need you to feed my creatures. I can feed them with galaxies, let alone with a bowl or two bowls of food. I don't need it. But it is your training, for your training yourself in order to what?
Get to know him.
Get to know the source of existence of this feeling, that he is
The one that likes to help others.
and provider. Absolute provider. By giving to charity, the purpose is not to fulfill the command of God, to get to know the quality of God, so that you belong to Him. That is Quranic charity. The other one is humanitarian charity. So what you do, even your rituals, do's and don'ts, it means commands and prohibitions in religion, becomes meaningless, materialist. Do Do you understand the dreadful conclusion? Becomes materialist. Do you understand this? Sure. So important. If someone says religion teaches us what to do, what not to do, it's stupid, meaningless. How you should benefit from it while you are doing it. So what is the point in not stealing? Huh? Stealing is prohibited. Why? Eating bacon is prohibited. Why? Now just eat don't eat the bacon or meat of the pork. Why? It is harmful. Come on, man, are you a nutrition or what? Health practice center or what? They treat the meat in such a way, or whatever they do, healthier than they say. Pork is now healthier. I don't know. That's what I hear. The pork meat is healthier than how do you say?
Red meat.
Beef. All our arguments fell into the water. Finish. Right? What is the point? Then eat everything, but not pork. Now, remember Adam? Example of Adam? All the paradise is for you, but not one tree. Why? Why? Anyone? Why one tree? Trillions of paradise, man. Yeah, and symbolically think about it. Everything is permitted, but one tree.
Freeman.
Sorry?
Freeman.
Yes, continue, good point. Free will, explain why. What is it to do with free will? Yes, that's a good point. What is the point then? We have to...
That's the only way we become aware that we have a choice.
We have a choice, yes. I become aware that I have a choice. I have a choice, yes, I know. What is the point in one tree? Don't go to this one tree.
Because the Creator owns that tree and all the trees.
All the trees.
He owns all the trees, but He allows you to use these trees, but not this one. So you learn, I can use all these trees, but I don't actually own any of them. None of them belong to me.
You can use them with the permission of the creator of the trees. Practicing it what? This tree is not the one the owner of the paradise did not prohibit. Acknowledgement. Nothing to do with the tree, man. Nothing to do with the tree. This tree is the tree of شجرة خلد شجرة الخلد, I think, in the Quranic language. So the Israeliyat, this oral explanation of the Jewish Torah reading, is, I'm sorry?
Tree of life.
Yeah, tree of life. So, okay. Adam wanted to be, to gain the eternity. So that's why Satan said, or serpent said, go in this tree, you will be eternal. I don't see any point in any of it. So, do you think I want to be eternal? I don't want to go into non-existence. Of course. Yeah, don't you be? Do you want to go into non-existence? Yeah, it's already there. It is already given. These are meaningless. interpretations. But there are, it is not our subject, but there are other aspects that you can explain it. You know, human beings want to have an eternal existence. If they don't attribute to God, they try to find by themselves, find the way of eternity by themselves. The Satan represents, we always say, the false idea. Satan says, you can get eternity by yourself by eating from this tree. It means you can do it. No, your Creator can give you eternity. It is not the prohibition. Prohibition is acknowledge that the owner of the paradise, in each action, you go there, benefit from this tree, you say, this is not the one. The owner said, don't get closer to it. Do you understand? This is what? Acknowledgement. In each action. Right? In each action. For example, every drink is okay, but not alcohol. Why? You get drunk and you lose your consciousness. That is wisdom. That is wisdom, which is called hikmah in Arabic. But what is illah? Illah means really the real reason. What is the real reason? You can drink every kind of water, juice, any kind of fruit juice, whatever you want, any kind of fruit juice, but not the alcohol. Yes, it is. It causes you lose your consciousness. How is it called? Intoxicant? No, not intoxicant. Intoxicant? Yeah. Makes you lose your unconscious.
Hallucinates. It intoxicates you. Huh?
Yeah, it is intoxicant. That is wisdom. But we don't act. In fact, the Quran says, don't act according to wisdom. Act according to illah. Illah means why God did prohibit drinking one time, but the rest is okay. The same thing. Apply Adam's example to this as well. When you are offered, let's say, pineapple juice, what do? Say, what is this? Pineapple juice. I can drink it. Why? It is not wine. Example. Why? By acknowledging that the owner of the pineapple juice allows you acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. Don't try to justify that alcohol is harmful and bacon is harmful. No, these are wisdoms. But it means, of course, God will say don't drink alcohol because it must have something. But the purpose is not to avoid its harm. For example, if you drink this much alcohol, what happens?
It's good for your health.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. I don't get drunk at all, just this much. Or if in the chocolate they put some liquor, yeah? Even the children can eat it and they don't get affected at all, just a flavor. So why is it haram, prohibited? Acknowledgement. Who is the owner of all this provided for me? Acknowledgement, right? Now we can go to the second part of the paragraph, which says, messengership, is a posteriori, or I'll use it this way, posteriori proof for divinity with his mission. With his person, life, and mission. Now, person, life, we will study. But at this stage, we have to pay attention to mission, his mission. Through his mission, messenger is a posteriori proof for divinity. Why? In his message, what we get from the message of the messenger. For example, a person claimed that I am the messenger of God. Okay? And this man may be a great philosopher or great, how do you say, the person who deals with ethic, specialized ethic? Do you have any?
Jurisprudence?
No. Ethic. Morality, ethic. Moralist. Let's call them. Yeah, that's called moralist. A great philosopher, moralist philosopher, says, do this, this is good for you, how to deal with your parents, how to deal with your spouse or children, how to deal with your neighbors, how to deal with your property. He gives an excellent guidance. Right? What is missing? Very useful. What is missing?
Why? The reason behind doing all this? Or
Yeah.
Connecting.
Yeah. I will get along with my wife, or other way around, with the spouse, and we will love each other, yeah, because we learned how to deal with each other. We learned how to treat with each other with artificial means, usually giving a flower. And okay, give a flower is a beautiful thing created, yeah, but for what? So that the woman will say, oh, my husband loves you. How do you know? He may just cheat you. No, just to be away from your harm. Give me a flower. No, I love you. Shut up. You don't know. You don't know. So these are the advisors. Yeah? These are the advisors you get from this moralist philosopher, great philosopher. What's missing? For what? So I will get along with my wife, let's say, the rest of my life, until I die. So we loved each other, we trusted each other, we committed. We commit to each other, and whatever. Happily, they say, happily live forever.
Ever after.
Ever after. No, don't cheat yourself. Happily until grave. After grave, she goes into her cabinet, I go into my cabinet and rot. Meaningless. At the end it becomes meaningless. But are we going to harm each other? No, but this cannot be a human purpose. Human wants everything permanent, eternal. Love must be eternal. Respect must have an eternal purpose. I respect human beings, not only my wife. Who said? I should respect. I mean, but practically speaking, I should respect every creature. Not only my wife, not only my neighbor, not only other humans, even a snake. I should respect his existence. A fly, a spider, who doesn't like spider? I should respect. Look at his work. How does it work? How does it make his web? How amazing, isn't it? What is the point? I should respect course you don't want in your house, keep it and put it out. Because the outside of your house is their place, their residence, not in your house. You may not like it within your house, but you cannot criticize their existence. So I should respect everyone, every creature, in the name of their creator, in acknowledgement of their creator. Yeah? We love the things for the sake of their creator. And they are the presents to us from their creator. That is the difference between moralist philosopher and the prophet. Moralist philosopher gives only wise advice until you die. Mm-hmm. Prophet gives wise advice, but attaches you to the permanent source of your existence. So, if someone says, I am the prophet, what I will do? Let me see. If he gives me the eternal solution to my questions, permanent solution to my questions. That's why, after looking at the message, we understand that the one who sent this messenger is the creator of the universe. Did you get it? No. No. Did you get it? Now, after studying the message, which introduces my creator to me, attaches my existence to this absolute source, I understand that the one who employed this person or sent this message through this person is the one who is the creator of the universe. This is a posteriori proof. The existence of the prophet, but as far as we are concerned, not the personality of the prophet. Personality of the prophet is a historical being, and we hear narrations, okay, which is not bad. If you trust the narrations, as much as you can trust the narrations, you can see his evidence. But what is most important? The message he brings to you. Does the message introduce you to your eternal source? That is message. Good advice, moral, ethical advice are not the message. These are wisdoms, be wise. Okay. Be reasonable, for example. Eat this, don't do it, don't eat it. This is harmful for you, for your health, it's okay. Even if you are healthy until you die, what happens? At the end you will die as a healthy man. After you die, they will say he was all his life healthy. But now, rotting. You see the meaninglessness in the grave? Do you get it? Now, that's what we have to understand, the both ways, but they don't work in the same nature. One of them is a priori, the other one is a posteriori. How do you say? After hearing the man, what he said, look at the message, look into the message, see if he is satisfying your human side. If he satisfies your human side, it means gives you permanent, eternal solution, attaches your existence to the eternal source. That is what I need. A posteriori proof. So this La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, because we will study there, Muhammad is the person who represents what? For you, all messengers. Yeah? Who represents all messengers for you. For example, Jesus represented all messengers before him. Yeah, Muhammad represents all messengers before him. That's why they keep saying that Muhammad is the last prophet, Muhammad is the last prophet. Yeah, last prophet, but not that in the future what will happen. Oh, I don't know, none of my business. But he is the last one who attaches me to all previous messengers. It represents the institution of messengership. For me, there must be, that is the core of the subject, heart of the subject is, there must be an institution of messengership. If you are sure about it, don't worry about whether he is the last one or there will be someone else, none of your business. There must be an institution of messengership. We see that in the culture, people concentrate on Muhammad is the last one, Muhammad is the last one, without knowing what messengership is. Why? It's just competition. Competing with, I don't know, Baha'is or Ahmadis. They claim to be, they use the Quran and change some verses there. Not to change, they take out of some verses, these are outdated. And he said, God inspired me this. Yes, God inspires everybody. Even God inspires to, I don't know, Quranic language says, be, earth, inspires, yeah. God inspires you, something comes to your mind, it is created by God. Yeah? So, well, God inspired, no, Muhammad is the last one. He is not the prophet. It's not the point. Look at the message, inshallah. I think this paragraph was the backbone of the subject. Today we dealt with this, inshallah. If you don't have further questions, I have to stop here. The time is up. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم الحمد لله رب العالمين.